Welcome back to Dream Drop Stories, where we pick up right here in our last exciting adventure. The Avengers answered a cosmic call. But now something strange is happening in New York City. It's like time itself has begun to slow down. It was a bright, clear morning. Spider-Man was swinging through the skyscrapers of Queens, enjoying the freedom only a superhero could experience. Suddenly, everything seemed to freeze. A pigeon that was flying by froze midair. A car that was jumping over a pothole froze in its tracks. What was going on? Then Spider-Man saw it. A giant spiderweb covered the entire sky above the city. And in its center was a mysterious, masked figure. Who was that person, and why did they seem to be controlling time itself? The figure spoke. His voice was distorted, as if from far away. "You move too fast, Spider-Man. Let's slow things down." He snapped his fingers, and time slowed even more. Spider-Man felt himself grow heavy, like there was a thick syrup all around him. He could barely move his arms. "What is this? What did you do?" he asked, struggling to swing his feet. The figure laughed, a cruel, echoing sound. "This is my doing. I am Chrono Web, master of the time strands. With these webs, I can control time itself. Speed it up, slow it down, even freeze it completely." Spider-Man knew he had to act quickly. If Chrono Web slowed time any further, he might be stuck like this forever. He had to get to his lab. Maybe his scientific know-how would help him out of this sticky situation. As he crawled along the wall, inching closer to his destination, he thought fast. He needed a weapon, some way to fight back against this time-freezing web. Then he had an idea. If he could match the frequency of the time web, maybe he could reverse it. He raced into his lab. "Okay, if I can build a device to send out the opposite frequency, then we should be able to cancel out the effects of the time web." He worked feverishly, mixing chemicals and calibrating machines. Time crawled by like syrup. Every second counted. Finally, he had it. A strange-looking silver sphere, almost like a disco ball, but with a lot more wires attached to it. "I call this my temporal disruptor." He attached a small backpack to it and strapped it to his body. He raced back outside. The time web was getting tighter. The clock tower in the distance chimed twice. It had taken Peter nearly 10 minutes to get there, but it only seemed like 2 seconds. He looked up. The webs were almost on top of him. Taking a deep breath, he began bouncing light beams from the disruptor off of nearby buildings, hoping to hit the time web with the correct frequency. 1 bounce, 2 bounces, 3 bounces. Suddenly, the light hit the web head-on, and it rippled like water in a pond. Chrono Web appeared on the nearest rooftop, his face twisted in a snarl. "So you found a way to fight back." "Too late. This time, web is woven tight. Nothing can stop me now." He launched a barrage of webs. Each one froze whatever it touched. Peter dodged, but it was hard. The webs were like sticky glue, and they made his movements sluggish. But he kept moving, weaving between the webs until he reached the clock tower. Chrono Web landed gracefully on the tower. "It's over, Spider-Man. This is where you'll make your final stand." But Spider-Man had one last trick. He stood under the time web, aimed his disruptor at the center of the clock tower, and fired. The webs froze in place, then started to ripple. They unfroze and sped up, wrapping around the clock tower so fast they were invisible. The force of the time web unraveling shot Chrono Web off his feet. He tumbled through the air, reaching out for the tower, but it was too late. The webs had completely unfrozen. With a final snap, Chrono Web disappeared into a rippling shadow. "We'll meet again, Spider-Man," he said, his voice echoing in the distance. Peter sighed and dropped to his knees. I guess even time can get tangled sometimes. And that, dear viewers, is the story of how Spider-Man outsmarted the time-freezing web. Do you know what this story is about? Pause the video here if you want to make a guess. Now, back to the story. So, what did you learn today? Don't worry, I'll wait. Did you say use your mind, not just your muscles? Well, that's not quite true. Sometimes it's good to have both brains and brawn. But when the world slows down, don't panic. Use your mind, not just your muscles. Thanks for watching. If you liked this story, please leave a like. If you love Dream Drop stories, subscribe for more adventures each week. Now go make Mummy proud. Put your toys away and brush your teeth. We'll see you next time.